special for me and special for this young man. Catawba College senior point guard Dre Nelson is in the house. Yep, and y'all gonna have to sit back because we got a special treat for y'all.
Dying about that money, you know, hustle and kill. Deserving what I got, I put in work for years. I hope Fred know that I miss him, but he never called me. Wish my nigga would've passed away from natural causes. Giving up on being happy cause them devils on me. All I know is grab my ratchet every fucking morning. Lambo tight, grip the street, them bitches hug the corner. Rich ass rapper, police think I got a 50 on them. I see diamonds in your eye every time that you cry. That's why you so emotional. All that money couldn't save me, they made me mad enough, then I'ma go spin out a Bentley truck. Rich and dangerous, yeah, rich and dangerous, yeah, rich and dangerous, yeah. Shawty can't leave, she stalking, can't give up, I'm ballin'. Whoever hang with him, we get him. We don't have a target. I've been in LA, but all the trenches where my heart at. These niggas ain't felt no pain, these niggas just play hurt like a car wreck. At night I pray to God that he protect me from that cold set. Remember I was posted on the wall just like a doorbell. Everything changed, remember Duke was standing right here. Pistol in my hand, it take too long to get to my hip. Dying by that money, you know hustling kills. Deserving what I got, I put in work for years. I hope Fred know I miss him, but he never called me. Wish my nigga would've passed away from natural causes. Giving up on being happy cause them devils on me. All I know is grab my ratchet every fucking morning. Lambo ties, they grip the street, them bitches hug the corner. Rich ass rapper, police think I got a 50 on me. I see diamonds in your eye every time that you cry. That's why you so emotional. All that money couldn't save me, they make me mad enough.
All right, we back. You see the highlights of this young man putting in some work. Dre, what's going on, man?
I'm sorry, the video was still playing. Not much. Just happy to be here. Happy to have this opportunity.
Well, great. So now, tell me, what got you into basketball?
Well, what really got me started was my mama kind of started. I have a cousin too around the same age. Both of our mothers started us playing recreational basketball when we were about 5 years old. So we grew up playing like that, winning some championships here and there. And then when I got about 10 years old, I asked my mama to put me in another smaller league. And we started playing there. And then I started playing my uncle at my grandma's house. And ever since then, it just took off.
All right, that's what's up. So basketball was the only sport that you played when you was young?
Well, in the yard, we played basketball, football, baseball. But for our actual team, for the most part, I played basketball and football, but that was pretty much it. Mainly basketball, though.
Oh, that's what's up. So now, throughout your high school and everything like that into college, was there any Pacific college that you wanted to go to, or and what drew you to this college right here?
Not necessarily. Where we from is kind of hard to make it out, hard to get recognition. So I just kind of tried to put in the most work I could to try to get noticed from anywhere to give me an opportunity, basically.
Okay. So what drew you to Catawba College?
When I went on my visit and my recruitment process, when I went there, it kind of felt like home. The coaches was real nice, real cool, good relationship with them. It just felt like at home.
Okay. All right. And so now that you're in your senior year, and I noticed that your degree is sports management. Can you tell me a little bit why you chose that degree?
Yeah. So when through my sports management degree, I plan to, like, when I'm done playing professional sports, I plan to either go into like sports medicine, like a personal trainer, or either a head coach somewhere. So that's kind of how I got into sports management.
Okay, that's awesome. So Now we're gonna dive in more of your basketball accolades and stuff like that. So, as a young youth, who is your favorite basketball player, and tell me why is that person your favorite basketball player?
Man, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Kobe,
Oh
man.
man,
Bro, no,
I,
I love Kobe.
and why? What make Kobe special to you?
Just everything about him, just like his demeanor, like the way he plays. He just so passionate about the sport. I always love that about him. And then nobody can really stay in front of him. Like it's hard to stop him.
So, do you feel like your game kind of like emulates or mirrors some form of fashion of Kobe?
Somewhere, it's kind of hard to be like Kobe, but somewhere
Yeah.
I try to take some pieces of his game and add it into mine, especially like with the mindset.
Okay. So it's kind of interesting that you say Kobe because a lot of people growing up, they now, LeBron is their favorite guy, and
Yeah.
it seemed like, that I'm sure you hear the Jordan
Mhm.
LeBron debate, which to me is not a comparison.
Yeah.
If you want to compare somebody to Jordan, the person you need to look to that has the same demeanor, same game is Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And you got to think Kobe is a 5-time champion. You can't just skip over him and just go straight to LeBron, regardless of what LeBron does and stuff like LeBron, he only got 3 titles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I just think that, speaking of LeBron, what other positions you play in college besides point guard?
Well, I'm kind of versatile because of my height and my skill set and my strength. So I play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and power forward. I sometimes play center. It just depends on the lineup or the team that we play against.
Okay. And which position that you most comfortable with?
Point guard, shooting guard, around that range.
Okay. And I noticed that you around the 6'4", 6'5" range.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of 6'4", 6'5" guys in the NBA, that plays point guard, shooting guard, off guard, whatever the case might be, and very, very effective. I'm sure you familiar with Derrick Rose, Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook, all of them, Steph Curry, all of these guys. So, what is the one thing from your game that you could take and say, hey, I can improve a little bit better on?
Well, I would say my shooting. I can shoot the ball pretty well. I just have to focus on being more consistent with it. That's pretty much the main thing.
Okay. So, and as you've seen from the highlights, you got handles, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely know you got handles and stuff like that. Do you feel like you more of a scorer or a playmaker?
Well, it just depends. It depends on. I can do pretty much either or. It just depends on what is asked of me for that game. So I'm mainly more of a playmaker, but I can score the ball as well. That's what people don't. A lot of people don't realize that about me. They think I just want to play make all the time, but they don't know. That's when I hit them with the scoring side.
you let them know that, hey, I ain't just a playmaker.
Yeah.
I can score the ball as well. That's what's up.
Yeah,
and I think in today's NBA, because you see a lot of 3-and-D guys, they need guys more for defensively, point guard, and shooting. You kind of you don't have too many big men in the league that just rebound or score. I mean, except for Joker's, he could do it all. He could dribble, he could pass, and he could score when need to. But having a very versatile combo guard as yourself, it makes it very interesting. It makes it you hard to guard because the opponent really don't know what you're going to do. And then the thing about it that you play multiple positions is very, very exceptional too, because the coach could use you in different types of ways in the lineup. And like you said, depends on the opponent that you playing at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dive into your family history. You know, I interviewed your sister a couple of weeks ago, and I know a little bit about your mom's background. So has your family always been athletic or into sports like that?
Yeah, yes, sir. As far as I know, we have been. I have an uncle. He played overseas for a while, made some good money. I have another uncle. He's like a coach out there in Greenville. So yeah, we always been into sports for the most part.
Okay, that's good. So I think I guess I could resonate with that because my family also and myself, you know, we've been into sports as well. My kids also play. None of them. I think my oldest daughter, she's going to UNC Charlotte in the fall. She ran track and played basketball, but
Even my sisters play as well. They play back in high school, all through school too. They play too.
that's awesome. So y'all family, call y'all the I don't know, find a sports name for y'all family, man. So, for real, call y'all the first family of sports.
So,
so yeah, so let me ask you this: who is your favorite team in the NBA?
Well, currently I'll say the Lakers, but mainly because of Kobe. But you know, Kobe kind of passed away, so still the Lakers are.
Yeah. Do you like where the Lakers at now? Do you think they could do a little bit more? Do you feel like they a year or two away from the championship? Now, you know I'm not a LeBron fan, so I root against them as much as I can.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. The Nuggets pretty good right now, but I do like the changes that they're making right now. I think I just seen that they're getting some new players, some more players added to the roster, so that should be good for us.
Okay. That's what's up. So, tell me one game from last year that was your toughest, and then I'll ask you what was your best game of the year. So first, what was your toughest game of last year?
My toughest game, I have to think. I would probably say playing against Lincoln Memorial, because I don't like to make excuses, but it's like I don't know what it is, but it's like the altitude or something out there. It's kind of hard to get going, kind of hard to get like your body, your blood flowing in there. So I kind of was like real windy that game. It was hard to get up and down the court.
And where Lincoln is that college is at?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's in Virginia. I think it's in Virginia.
Okay. And you know that, say when you make it to the NBA, because I'm not gonna say if, well, when you make it to the NBA, because you can always speak things in existence, because I think you have that great talent to make it to the next level.
Right.
If you play in Utah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that probably maybe you could always think of, especially if you play Lincoln this year. You could probably get your body a little bit more conditioned for that kind of altitude and stuff like that, because the air could be very difficult and stuff. So yeah. So, but let me ask you, did y'all win the game?
No, I think we lost the game. I think we lost by a few points, probably about 7 or something like that.
Okay. So do they come to y'all this year, or y'all go to them? Or how many times y'all play them on y'all schedule?
I think we played them twice. This year, next year's schedule haven't come out yet, so I'm not sure when, like, if we would go to them or they would come to us. But for the most part, we have been playing them twice a year.
Okay, all right. So that should be, a little bit more motivation going for this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So now let me. What was your best game of last year?
My best game for last year when we played against Lenoir Ryan. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I was in the gym more or what, but started shooting a lot of threes. I think I made like 4 threes. I think I was like 4 for 4 that game for 3. We ended up losing, but it was a pretty good shooting night for me that night.
Okay. So do you think you think from last year going into this year that you and yourself and your teams overall has improved?
Yeah. Well, we always had good teams, but I don't know. Like I feel like this year's team will have more ball movement, and we'll be able to get more of a bond and be able to click more this year with this year's team.
Okay. So um, now I know that you said that you play multiple positions,
Mm-hmm.
and what if there was a game and coach say, "Hey, I need you to play small power forward," but there's a guy on the other team that's power forward, probably a little bit taller than you. How do you deal with somebody size that's a little bit bigger than you?
Well, you just have to adjust. Just try to make it hard for him to even catch the ball. Um, you have to put a lot of emphasis on boxing out because he already taller than you. He maybe can jump higher as well. So got to make sure
Right.
that you're using your strength. Make sure you get lower than him and keep him away from getting the rebounds.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So, have you dunked on anybody?
yeah. I got a few bodies. I got a few bodies. It was one. I think it was one on the video just now you just showed. I had more in high school than I do college, but I think I have at least one in college. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna touch on your high school a little bit. So, um, tell me about your high school days playing basketball for your high school, and um, how was it, and what was the experience? How did you right then? You know, from I guess from your freshman to your senior year, that you knew that you had what it takes to go to the next level.
Yeah, well, high school it was fun, man. Some days I think about it and wish I could go back and do it all over again. But yeah, it was fun. See, with me, my ninth grade year and my 10th grade year, I was smaller. I was probably like 5'7.5", and I started growing some more. But I did lack confidence then in those 2 years. But my head coach at the time, Coach Rolando Schuler, man,
Mm-hmm.
he I don't know what it is. He took the extra time to help me build the confidence and turn me into a better player. So my 10th grade summer, I kind of just started. I wanted to be better, so I started working out, started running, try to put on more muscle, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my 11th grade year, I just started. I don't know. I just started playing better in my 11th grade year. It just took off from there.
Okay. And what about your senior year? How things came together for you in your senior year?
Uh, it came pretty good. I had to do a lot of scoring my senior year with the team we had. A lot of my teams, we were mainly football players on the team with us. A lot of players play football, but I had to do a lot of scoring my senior year, so that was kind of good for me too to show that I can also score the ball as well.
Okay. I know it made it a little tough because, football players, they don't have, you got most guys that's in high school, college that can play both sports.
Yeah,
But when you playing just one and then your body's conditioned just to that one sport, it kind of make it a little bit difficult because it's kind of like you have to learn the game brand new. So, but now from your transition from high school to your freshman year in college, what was your hardest, your toughest to get adjusted to?
mm, probably remembering plays. The plays are way more complex than they
Hmm.
were in high school. It's like they gave us a playbook, and you had to know the plays in order to be able to play on the court. Because if you don't know the plays, then you're messing up the whole system. So that was the biggest adjustment was being able to learn the plays and understand new terms at the collegiate level, things like that.
Okay. And how long did it took you to grasp for that?
Well, if you ask my coaches, it took a while. it was kind of hard for me because even my high school coach, I think he played in the NFL for a few years, so he was even a football player. So I mean,
Yeah.
the plays that we ran, they were good plays, but they wasn't like collegiate plays basically. So it took me a while, but I started studying and I eventually learned.
Did it took you um, the first season, second season, third season.
To figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, it was in the first season. It's probably like a few months. It took me a few months though, but it definitely was in the first season because I wanted to get on the court. So in order for me to get on the court, I had to learn to play. So it took a few months, but I got it down pat.
I bet you did. I've been like, man, look, I'm trying to get on the court. I don't have time to be playing around.
Yeah.
I gotta knock it out. And honestly, when you had that kind of determination, it does help a lot because you striving to get somewhere. And you see most guys coming to college, they don't want to study, they just want to get out there and think they think they athletic ability and their talent could get them over. But it's more dynamic than that because you could be a great scorer, but you can't play defense, so you're a liability. So they're going to use you in certain sets of the game. You know what I'm saying? And prime example, Kyler Murray, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. That was one of his problems. He think that because whatever he did in college translates to the NFL. When you go a level up, it gets faster. The guys are a little bit more stronger because they seasoned and been in the game a little bit longer. Yeah. So he didn't really wanted to study. He wanted to play video games all the time. So then when they got knocked out the playoffs and stuff, and his contract come out, he wanted to get paid, but you wasn't really putting in the work. Yeah. So that goes to a testament of how your ability is because you seen the opportunity there, but you didn't want it to pass you by because you wanted to study to get on the court to improve your game to have a shot. Yeah.
That's why I try to tell a lot of younger kids when I see them that it's different from high school and college. Like when you finally get to college, it's a lot more people who have the same abilities as you and can probably do a little bit more than you, but you have to put in the extra work and the extra hours, and it just be the small things that help you get a step ahead of them.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. Have you, since you've been in college now and this your senior year coming up, have you, still talk to your old high school coach?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. Every now and then mostly he'll call me, but I have to do better calling him. But yeah, he'll call me every now and then and just see how I'm doing. He actually came to one of our games last year. So I really appreciated that. Yeah, so I'm still in contact with him sometimes.
Oh, that's good. Now, for your own college, what region they're in? Because I know that they in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And so how far are y'all away from like UNC Charlotte, Duke, or University of North Carolina, or NC State and no colleges like that?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm not really from around the area. We from South Carolina, me and my family. So, and then when I'm at school, I kind of try to stay to myself, to stay out of trouble, stay in the gym for the most part, schoolwork. So I'm not sure, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, Charlotte may be an hour away from us or something like that. I know Concord is like 30 minutes away, things like that. Okay.
Oh yeah, so pretty much y'all not that far apart. Y'all right?
Yeah, not really. I don't think.
Have y'all played UNC Charlotte on y'all schedule?
Nah, we haven't played UNC Charlotte. I think they're in a different division than we are. We're a Division II school,
and they're probably Division I.
Probably so, yeah.
Okay, all right, I get it. So, well, I think that for the most part, I see yourself, your demeanor, the way you carry yourself, the way you articulate very well, and you're really about your business. That's something that you don't see in a lot of young adults these days that, very determined to achieve greatness. And I could say this is that, continue to strive, keep the Lord and Savior first and foremost, and everything will work out in your favor. Do you see, like, I know y'all have like freshman class coming up and trying to make the team and stuff like that. If there's somebody that has that potential, how I know you say you try to like always talk to the young kids that coming in and tell them what they should do. If you feel like you could, I know you're working on your game yourself, but at the same time, how would you help somebody that's struggling with their game a little bit,
Well,
especially if
I,
they got potential.
yes, sir. Well, I would mainly first tell them to get in the gym more, because that's the only thing that can help you at the end of the day, and try to keep your confidence high at all times, because you never know when your opportunity may come to playing the game.
Yeah.
So especially if you got opportunity, especially if you got talent, excuse me. Just try to get in the gym more so you can get better skills and be able to show them on the court.
Yeah. That's good because I think it's very very important. I mean, the main thing is that they always said the saying goes practice make perfect. So the
Mhm.
more you practice, the more you learn. It definitely help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, um, do y'all when do you like? I guess this still the summertime because football season coming in. When do y'all season usually start for y'all?
Well, I think we started playing like preseason games in November, but if I'm not mistaken, we started practicing in like the middle of October, somewhere around there.
Okay, so y'all got a good ways to go.
Yeah.
Do you work on your game in the off season? Do you do any like lifting,
Yeah.
running and stuff like that?
Yes, sir. I try to lift every day. I just lived yesterday. I haven't been there yet today, but I will get there today. Try to stay on the treadmill, keep my cardio. It's not really a gym here in our city. It's a small city. My head coach, he went to another school, so I don't really
Yeah.
know the head coach here at the high school now. So it's kind of hard getting into the gym, but I do try to stay in the gym as much as possible. I have to drive like 45 minutes to get into the gym, but I try to make it work when I can.
Okay. So do you do any running, like jogging and stuff like that outside of being on the treadmill?
Yeah, well, it's hot now in South Carolina, so it's hard. It's hard now.
Man,
So
don't even talk about the heat right now. It is
yeah,
ridiculous. It is
yeah,
ridiculous
it's
for
it's
real.
it's bad in South Carolina, but yeah, I do try to be on the treadmill as much as possible. I try to at least run a mile a day, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's good. Yeah, definitely. Don't be out in that heat if you don't have to, and
Yeah,
stay in there. Keep yourself hydrated, man. This heat is crazy right now. This
yeah,
summertime, everybody was complaining when it was around March and April, and like, oh,
hmm
it's still cold. Now we got that heat. It's like,
You want
hey,
you want it back cold now?
yeah, you want it back cold. So um, now, with that being said, in your upcoming season and everything like that, do you feel like your progress now will help you achieve the ultimate goal of being an NBA player? I know that's something that I know your mom and your family would love to see.
Yeah, yes, sir. Just definitely just continuing to put in the work. Yeah, I feel like what I'm doing now will help me though. Trying to stay in shape to the best of my ability, because like I was telling you, like I try to tell the youth more tips because I know they don't really have that guidance like that. I will also
Yeah.
tell them too that to definitely do that as well.
Okay. So, um, with that being said, is there any questions that you would like to ask myself, or anything that you would like for your audience to know about you that we might not cover in this segment?
Mm, Not necessarily. I would just tell them that me as a person, I'm a real humble person. Um, but I will get a little crazy on the court at times if I need to. I try to make the most of my opportunities. I'm a real helping person. I like helping people when I can. Um, that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to work hard to get to where I want to be a professional basketball player in the future.
Well, Dre, I see a lot of potential in you. I think once your collegiate career is over, I do believe that what you contribute to your college over these 4 years is going to pay off. Um, I definitely will be, in contact and, watching your senior season closely. And,
Yes,
and like I said, just keep striving, be the best, continue to get some more dunks on some guys this year, make some more highlight reels. And I think that, with being a combo guard and you able to distribute the ball, I think that's really going to help a lot. And knowing that you can score on both ends. Let me ask you one more question before we get ready to start wrapping up. How good is your defense?
I believe my defense is pretty good. I think my coaches would say the same thing. They'll put me in a game when we need defensive stops. Like, I'm real active on defense. I had to learn from coming to high school to college that you have to be way more vocal on defense or on the court in general. So my defense is pretty good. I don't really foul too much. I just play hard defense, kind of like old school, hard defense, and foul if I have to. But I believe it's pretty good though.
Well, they say to anything, to win championships, defense reigns supreme. Now, KD said offense wins championships. I don't believe that. I never believe that. I mean, you can score as much offense you want, but when you have a team that could lock down and create turnovers and transition for fast breaks, that helps out a lot. Especially with your position. And if you good on defense and your team sees your intensity, they pick up their defensive play better. Y'all can get out in transition, easy buckets, call for easy score. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so yeah. So let everybody know where they could find you.
You can find me on Instagram at @IamDreNelson_, and I'm on Facebook at Dre Nelson. That's pretty much it. That's the only two apps I really be on.
Okay. And so with this upcoming season at Catawba College, like I said, if you want to reach out, follow Dre, follow his journey, it would be great. Appreciate it. I think that this young man has a lot of promise. I think he's going to be somebody that we're going to look forward to see in the future in the NBA. And I think that he's going to give everything that he can this year to make that dream come a reality. So yes, Dre, for myself, Martin Livewire Sports Entertainment, you can always find me on YouTube, Facebook page, Facebook group, Livewire, same thing, LWSNE. And make sure you plug into this young man, Dre, and follow his season. Dre, it was a pleasure, young man. It was a pleasure. I enjoyed you. I'm sure we will be in contact later down the line. Yes, but keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep your head up. You got a lot of potential. You got a lot to look forward to in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
No problem. No problem. You welcome to come back anytime. We can do this again anytime. So yes, until then, I'm signing off. Y'all, God bless. Good night.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Livewire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Livewire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.